Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I'm on the road again in this video, and check this out. It is snowing here in Blackpool, yes, and if you saw my last video, I went onto the promenade yesterday and we had snow coming down. It did actually get fairly heavy, but it didn't stick. But guess what happened last night? Look at this, folks, it landed and it stuck. But how long will it last? I don't think it's going to last very long, so I thought I'd get out onto the road and I'd show you around. We're just going down East Park Drive. We've got Stanley Park on the right hand side. We've just gone past the zoo there. I thought I'd give you a look around Blackpool. I'll talk you along the way what we see in the snow. Check out these trees here as well. Look at that. The trees don't look absolutely awesome. It looks as though the snow was coming from one side and then stuck to the trees on this side. And I've had quite a few people say on the channel that there's not that many trees in Blackpool. Well, there's certainly quite a few trees around this area, around Stanley Park. It seems the further away you get from Stanley Park, the less trees you get in Blackpool. And I think the town centre particularly, they could do with some more trees in the town centre, couldn't we? So anyway, what I'm going to do is going to head towards the promenade. I'm going to turn right here onto West Park Drive. We're going to go around the other side of Stanley Park, and I'm going to eventually head towards the promenade. By the way, I'm having to dub over this video because I actually lost the sound on the original video, so it does sound a little bit weird. That's probably why I'm having to dub it over after the fact. So we're heading down West Park Drive here. I'm going to take a left here. We're going to head towards the promenade. And as you can see, the snow is pretty well sticking down here. I'd say we've maybe got up to about an inch or so, maybe, if we're lucky. It's the second time we've had snow. Well, the second time we've had snow actually stick this winter. I think it was back in December when we had, might have been November, I'm not sure, when we had someone scraping the car there. Look, so this is Knowsley Avenue, and this heads due west, and it meets up with Whitegate Drive, which is a major road here in Blackpool. And Whitegate Drive is where the trams used to go. Yeah, the trams used to go down Whitegate Drive. So this road that we're coming up to now that goes across is called Whitegate Drive, and it's actually a pretty old road in Blackpool. Yeah, the trams used to go across there. And you see now they're building this new tram track up Talbot Road, and we used to have tram tracks going all over town, and then they just covered them over, didn't they? There used to be a tram station just to the left. If you turn left here and go to the Tesco garage, there's a Tesco garage. The tram garage is right there, yeah. So that's where the tram garages used to be. And there's also some pretty big houses on this road as well. Look at that house on the left down the corner. Massive houses on Whitegate Drive here in Blackpool. So I'm going to turn right here and we'll head north along Whitegate Drive. And it is a pretty big road, Whitegate Drive, and you see there's some big properties. You've got retirement flats, you've got apartments, all that sort of thing. Some big houses on Whitegate Drive. We've got the health centre on the right hand side there. So Whitegate Drive is a pretty major road. It goes back a long way. It's one of the oldest roads. We've got trees as well on Whitegate Drive, as you can see. So we're going to head down this way now, and we're going to sort of, I wonder if the tram tracks are still underneath the road, you know, because I know that Blackpool did cover up the tram tracks. You can see some places where the tram tracks used to be as well. Station Road is one of those places where you can actually see the tram tracks coming through the tarmac in the road. So we're now just heading towards, we're going to head towards Palatine Road, and I'm going to head down there. There's a building on the left there called Shaw's Depository. That's an old building there. It was a restaurant, Michael. They did turn the bottom section into a restaurant, Michael's Restaurant, but it's back to being a tile place now, I think. So we're going to turn left here. This is Palatine Road, and this is going to take us all the way to Central Drive. So this is Palatine Road. This part of Palatine Road is pretty much all houses, just residential houses on this side. But as we come over this hill up here, oh look, a mobility scooter down there. That must be interesting, riding a mobility scooter in this weather. I wonder if they've got snow chains on it. So we're heading just over the hill, a bit of a hill there on Palatine Road, corner shop there. Look at this building on the left now, that's the impressive Palatine, that's the old Palatine School, I think, is it? It used to be a school, Palatine School. is now a college, the Blackpool and Fylde College, and that's the old part of it. There's a newer section round the back, Blackpool and Fylde College. Blackpool Council want a university here in Blackpool, and that's a massive college out there. So we're now at the junction with Park Road, and we're just heading across here now. So we're now onto the second section of Palatine Road, and this is where you tend to get some hotel. You'll notice that there's probably some hotels here along this bit here. So Palatine Road does change as you go across this way now. So the snow actually doesn't look to be quite as bad down here, does it? It doesn't look to have stuck quite as well. Maybe it's because the gritters came down here and they spread the grit all over the pavement. Big church on the left there. This is actually a bit of a seedy area at night, folks. It's where you get the working girls around this area at night in Blackpool. But we're now coming down to Central Drive, and well, it's not the prettiest of sights, is it? Look at that shop over there. Look, all boarded up there. So we're just about to head on to Central Drive now. I'm going to turn right here, and we're going to pretty much follow the same sort of route that I went yesterday on my video. Oh, look, it's Blackpool Tower. There's Blackpool Tower, folks. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a left here down Chapel Street. We're looking towards sort of the King Edward pub on the left there. I mentioned that in my last video. And then we're going to be heading down here now. If you saw the video before this, you'll know that I came down this way. The car park on the right hand side, which is a building. Donna's Dream House on the left, the Children's Charity. There, we're going under the bridge there, and we're going to head straight towards the promenade and Central Pier. So we're sort of skirting around the Vauxhall district of Blackpool on the left hand side, the oldest part of Blackpool. Stanley Arms on the left there, and now you can see the Central Pier there, and just wonder if there's any whiteness on the promenade. Let's see, shall we? There's the Central Pier. I think the snow is it does seem to be slowing down a little bit, but look at this, it looks a bit wet, doesn't it? But there you are, folks, there is actually snow on the Blackpool Promenade. Look at that there, snow. By the way, this is around about, I would say, what time is it? 7:30 in the morning. Now, I'm pretty sure that if I'd have probably come out a little bit early, although it would have been darker, there would have actually been a bit more snow along here, but it doesn't take long for the snow to melt in Blackpool, and that's why I thought I'd head out as quick as I could, because whenever we get snow in Blackpool, it's always worth coming out and getting it before it disappears. But look on the left, there's Odyssey. Well, they're going to be taking that away soon. They've taken down the projector unit. You know, the big projector unit with the lights and the music. All that has now been taken away. Blackpool Amusements on the right there, the Beach House Bistro on the left, Viva on the right, Papa's Fish and Chips, the largest, I think it's the largest fish and chip restaurant in Blackpool. North Pier there on the left hand side. We're now coming up to Talbot Square. We've got the old Clifton, what was the old Clifton Hotel on the right hand side there. And now this is the part of the promenade. This is where the tram tracks turn off the promenade, or they will be turning off the promenade when eventually they get when they get their act together. And the trams will be turning off here and going up Talbot Road. It's unbelievable, isn't it, to think it's taken so long to get the trams to go up Talbot Road towards the new station, and yet you look at somewhere like Manchester and they've built Metrolink all over the city in about 10 years or something, and it's taken us that long just to build it. In fact, it's taken us longer than that just to build a tram track up one road. Just going past the Metropole on the left hand side there, the Metropole Hotel, and now we're sort of going up a bit of an incline here. See, still a bit of snow there, look, on that roof there on the left hand side. A little bit of a dusting of snow on Blackpool Promenade. Very, very rare to get snow in Blackpool, but we're heading up now, just going past what's that, Dacious Hotel there. We're now coming up to Lansdowne Crescent. That's Lansdowne Crescent on the right hand side, and that contains the Claremont Hotel and Tiffany's. And Lansdowne Crescent, I believe, was built in around about 1875. I think the promenade was much bigger then when when they did that, because it was before the trams came out. They eventually had to make some changes to the promenade so they could put the trams up here. They were considering running the trams along the lower promenade actually at the time. There's the Imperial on the right hand side, the Imperial Hotel. So the snow is kind of melting. I think in an hour or so it'll probably gone altogether from the promenade. Just going past the President, and there's the Strand, famous for Alan Bradley, who was chasing Rita out of the hotel, and he got run over by a tram just across the road there. Grand Hotel on the right used to be the Hilton and the Pembroke, and then on the right hand side there is a field that used to contain the Derby Baths. There's the Cherry Blossom Hotel, that red and white building there. Cherry Blossom named after the shoe polish, because it was the family that owned the shoe polish company that used to own that building there, and that is why I believe it's called the Cherry Blossom Hotel. So we're now coming down into Ginn Square. This is Ginn Square here. This is a roundabout where they have the something there for the illumination, to have the, what was it last time, they had the Spitfire there, didn't they? Yeah, so I am going to head now up Warbreck Hill Road, and that's it for this video, folks. I thought I'd give you a little drive around Blackpool in the snow. Very rare to see snow in Blackpool. I hope you liked the video. If you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I will see you again on the next one.